Wow. Hello, everybody. Oh, hello. It's a great pleasure for me to be here. It's my first time in New York City.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. And wow, it's an amazing experience because we have so many different issues happening in this right moment in my life. I've seen so many wonderful people. I've met a lot of wonderful people here in the US. This is my second experience speaking English here. Yeah, so is my belly. Is belly okay?
Yeah.
Maybe
You have butterflies.
Yeah, yes, I have a butterflies. But it's okay. I appreciate a lot your attention and patience with my English. But I've done my best. And wow, what I can say, it's a great honor, definitely.
It's my honor. I guess it's everybody's honor too. Welcome.
It's a great honor to be here. And we have a wonderful issue to talk about. Yeah, we have a very important issue to reflect about because, wow, so many different reflections we can take when we are thinking about fraternal assistance, fraternal conversation, and most important than that, why it's so important we doing that. So in our lecture this night, I'd love to share some topics, some points about that. And if it's good for you after that, I'm completely open to answer questions or share experiences because I really believe this is very important for all of us. Okay? So before we get started, make some questions for you. So please raise a hand who wants to be happier. And more happier. Okay, and happier. Please raise your hand who knows someone that sometimes get anxious in every day. Okay, okay. Food's okay, no problem. You can raise your feet, no problem. Everybody knows someone that definitely wants to be happier. Everybody knows someone then definitely get anxious anytime in some moment for many different reasons. So everybody wants the same thing. Naturally, our ways is not the same, but we want the same thing. We want that our life has a great meaning, yeah? So all we are looking for meaning in our daily basis, in our lives. So looking for meaning maybe is the great issue for all of us, regardless of religion, regardless of our definition about spirituality. We are looking for something that make our life amazing, special, very interesting for all of us. But for some reason and some moments, depend on the cycle we are having, unfortunately, something went wrong and something goes wrong. Depends on the way, depends on the cycle we are living. Is correct that?
Yes.
And when it happens, we have a great deal to deal with. We have a great challenge to deal with. When something is not correct, when exactly what you want to get didn't come in the right time, in the right way, in the path you are dreaming about, unfortunately, some of us are not exactly open for everything the life are bringing to us. So when we have some great difficulties visiting us, challenge us to open our mind and our hearts, to get maybe another approach about life, if you are not really prepared to deal with that in an easy way, in a good way, maybe we get stuck in a life. Yes or no? Yes. It happens all the time. It happens all the time here in Brazil and Japan, everywhere. Every country, everywhere. Because we are a human being. We are looking for our meaning. We are looking for a way of living that makes sense for us. And the middle of this way is natural. We came across with great difficulties. But what is not usual, it's we are really prepared to deal with it in a balanced way. So when we are prepared for that, wow, whatever, maybe accepting the challenge, maybe understand what is not so good, maybe say thank you God for everything the life brings us, or just maybe think about how the universe is big and perfect and intelligent, and that's why I'm here living this situation, because everything may have some kind of sense, and I don't know exactly why it's happening, but I accept it. So it doesn't matter the approach we have, but if you have a good approach about the difficulties, we can overcome it, okay? We can move on regardless of the difficulties, regardless of the challenge we have in our family, in our job, career, about our body, about our health, about even our spiritual way. But unfortunately, when we are not really open, when for some reason we are not really connected with this meaning and understanding about the great why things or bad things happen to us, unfortunately, we fall. Yeah. Literally, we fall in great temptations. And maybe the terrible temptation we can fall is doubt about ourselves. You know? Is doubt about our capability to deal with things around us. It's pretty common. Every day, someone is doubting about themselves. So, I don't know, oh my God, I don't know if I can doing that. Yeah? Am I capable of? I don't know exactly. Is I really can face this problem and overcome it. So when we have a low self-esteem, full of doubt, thank you. So full of doubts and so insecure about the future or dwell in the past, live in the past, we get stuck in life. It makes sense for you?
Yes.
We get stuck because our mind is completely closed, not more open. So we mix, our life become a great mess, and we are mixed together with the problems we are facing. So this is a big problem. This is a great mistake we make in our evolution. And when some kind of this situation happens, it's natural we lost our balance. So we wake up in the morning, we see our day in front of our eyes, and we start asking, oh my God, I don't know if we have or not a God, or I don't know if the universe is smart or not, but I'm not good in this day. What are you supposed to do now? What are you gonna do now? I have problems. I don't know exactly what to do from now on. So maybe I got divorced, maybe I have a great problem to face and I exactly don't know what I will do from now on. Maybe I was betrayed for someone I loved a lot. Maybe I have some kind of disease, an illness, and I'm afraid of to deal with that. Maybe someone that I love, that I really care, not care enough about myself. So regardless of the reason I'm not okay, indeed, if I'm not okay, and I ask to life the bad questions, I will find the bad answers.
Yes.
So this is the big problem here. When we're not really connected with our higher selves, we start asking bad questions to the universe, to ourselves, to God, whatever. And when we do that, we have a big problem. Unconscious big problem. Because definitely we'll get our answers and bad answers. So think with me. If we have someone maybe, oh please, give him a name. Yeah, whatever.
John.
John, okay. Oh, by the first time. Thank you. So Someone called John. John wake up in the morning and John start thinking, oh my God, I'm so sad. My life have no meaning. I don't know exactly why I'm here. Oh, so heavy, you know. My life's, wow, get tough. Why? I cried a lot. I was drunk. But, okay, it was useless because I'm still bad. Maybe life is not so good. Maybe, yes, being alive is not a good deal. Maybe if I... No, absolutely not. Maybe I think in commit suicide, why not? Maybe I can do something different. Maybe I'm courageous to looking for this door because another doors is not for me. Life's so tough. People don't understand me. I don't have a great meaning in my life. You know what I mean? This is dangerous. This is very dangerous. Because when we are not really connected with our higher self, we start questioning about everything. And our child, inner child, take over. And when our inner child take over, definitely we have a problem. Because our inner child acts as a child. They don't know exactly what is good or bad. They just do things, experience things, and sometimes bad things. So, when we are in this situation, it's so important, my dear friends, but it's so important when I can find someone that I don't know, maybe, I never met before, but it's just completely open for me. It's like think some that, Ricardo, after I introduce myself naturally, oh, I'm Ricardo. Ricardo, okay, I'm here for you. It's just that, you know. It's just that. It's not about judging. It's not about counseling exactly. It's about acceptation. It's about sometimes just listen to me without judging. Because it's very common, my dear friends, when we get stuck in life, we find a lot of people judging us all the time. Family, colleagues, fellows. All the time we find someone that tell us what we're supposed to do. Yeah, Ricardo, you're supposed to do that. Yeah, you're making a mistake. You're not a smart guy. You're committed to something bad, or blah, blah, blah. So I'm not good with myself. Definitely, when you start judging me, I know you just want help me. You just want supported me. But in a bad way, in the bad moment, your wish of supporting me harmed me. You know? So hurt me, yeah? Yes, hurt me, Miferi, hurt me. And when it happens, I feel stuck and I start thinking, I don't have many choices more. I'm sharing this kind of reflections because when we start reading and study about people that commit suicide or people under depression, they describe exactly this kind of feelings. They describe exactly this kind of thoughts that unfold, that happen, you know. So in that moment, it's very important when we can find someone just really care about us. So the first important position we have, or we must have, we're supposed to have, when we say, wow, I'm here, I'm a volunteer, and I want to give some support to people who are in need, it's acceptance. It's not about counseling, it's about acceptance. Spiritually speaking, acceptance. It's about sharing love through acceptance. It's a very important thing. Listen to carefully people without judging. People need to be listened. All of us need to be listened. Yeah? And when it's possible, I be listen from you without judging me. It's so good. Oh gosh, it's so good. Yes, because when I share, for example, something with my wife, okay, Ricardo, but we always have a but, okay? Yeah, opinions, judgment. But when it's possible, you listen to me carefully without judging. It's perfect moment because I can listen to myself carefully while I'm speaking to you. It's like a therapy. You are not a therapist, graduated therapist. You are just a simple man or just a simple woman. You're just a volunteer with your heart and mind open to listen to me. Training for doing that carefully. But if you do that in the perfect way, believe me, you save me. At least in that day, at least in that moment, you save me. You save me from my bad thoughts. You save me from the best answers that I probably will find from the bad questions I made when I wasn't in touch with my higher self. Does it make sense for you?
Yes.
So it's very important, my dear friends, we understand that, because when we are in a spiritual house, in every part of the world, or another religion, doesn't matter, it's very common we think about it. Okay, if someone in need, I need to tell that, okay, please, you must pray, please pray. Yeah, you must do that. You're supposed to, oh. Calm down. I'm feeling something different in you. Come on. Have you heard about obsession, my friend? Yeah. It's unbelievable. But there's a lot of approaches like that. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. In Brazil, we heard a lot about bad approaches, you know? So people are in need. People is extremely in need. And you will offer a great discuss about the meaning of life. No, come on. They just wanted to be accepted. In the first time, at least, to be accepted. You open the door and say, come on, come here, come with me. I don't judge you. I just want to spend a good time with you. It's okay, today you are not okay. Maybe tomorrow I'm not okay. So we can exchange good things. It works. It usually works a lot. It's the first step. So if I give fraternal assistance, it's important I open my glass. And it's very difficult to do because our ego is so big. You know, we have a glass here? Okay, a bottle, it's the same, yeah, so it's no problem. It's the same example, yeah, as usual. So, if I have a bottle, it's like my ego, okay? So the content inside is my ego. So this bottle, it's completely full of my ego, right? Right. So I start a conversation with you. So you come to me, you will start, open your heart, open your mind, you start sharing something important with me, but I'm so completely full about myself, you know, I don't have enough space inside to listen to you. I'm full of my truths, I'm full of my beliefs, I'm full of my mind. So, sorry, but it's not space for you. Okay, I have a bottle. Bottle is here, but it's full. It's completely different when my heart is open, when I've been prepared for that, when my mind is open to listen carefully what you need to talk. So this is, my dear friend, the first step, going directly to the point, yeah? What we need to do Because people that are looking for Chico Xavier and they had a wonderful opportunity to spend a wonderful time with him usually describe these wonderful experiences exactly like that. Chico opened our heart to say, come on, hello, do you want a coffee? Yeah, want a coffee? Remember, Chico was mineiro. I wrote in English, eh? Want a coffee? Something simple, you know? This is very important. We are in need of simplicity, more simplicity in our lives. Our schedule is so full of commitments, our schedule is so full of something we want to buy, yeah? The position we want to take in our career. Wow, we have so many goals to achieve and about ourselves. So this is a very important point. Have you heard about the how can I say, the rates of terrible rates about suicide in the world?
Yes.
So unfortunately, we know each 40 seconds someone commits suicide in the planet. 40 seconds.
Every 40 seconds.
Yes.
Someone commits suicide.
Yes, every 40 seconds someone commits suicide. It's a terrible number. And the projection for 2020 is each 20 seconds. Yes, no 40 seconds, 20 seconds. So, if you are not aware of what are happening, we waste a great time to give support to other people. And at the same time, we waste time to give support to ourselves. Because when I'm open for you, immediately I'm open for me. Because it's impossible I do something good for you without benefiting me. Yeah? Helps me at the same time. Because the joy of giving is the greatest joy we can have in life. That's the point. It's about to serve. It's not about to get. It's about to give. When you understand that, definitely everything changes in our life. Everything changes in the way we spend our time, everything changes in the way we build up our career, everything changes the way we think our spiritual growing, everything changes. You know, it's not about want, what you get. It's about what you're able to give. Maybe give attention, maybe give some knowledge, maybe give a wonderful vision, yeah? Wonderful vision also. Yes, yeah. Wonderful vision, carry vision. Maybe give a hug, delicious hug. Yes? Okay. Not delicious, that's a good hug. What is good? Good? Heart, warm? A warm heart. Give a warm heart. Maybe help someone improve in English. That's the point. You know, that's the point. Life is quite simple. Oh, supposed to be. But when for any reason I'm not worried about share something good with you, and the same, we start living only pay attention to our own interests, personal interests. Selfish is about that. Yes. So this is the point. When we are talking about generosity, we are talking about others. It's not about us. It's about others. So when people are in need and we have a wonderful purpose to serve, to listen to other people, this is the first point to be cultivated. Being open, complete open. It's not easy, but it's a wonderful exercise for our spiritual growing as well. Secondly, when people start talking and you get along with them and you understand their problems and we get this wonderful confidence and we have a good relationship and we start creating some kind of relationship when it's possible, so we can start give some advice. Yes. and maybe start some kind of counseling. In a specific way, in a specific approach, if this kind of situations happen in a spiritual house, naturally, you will use the spiritual language. Yeah? Okay. So if you are doing that outside, no problem. You will use another approach. But suggestion is in the second moment, it's not in the first moment. And this is very important because people sometimes they are so grateful for the first contact. Oh, you saved my life. Oh, you listened to me carefully after long years, you know. And oh, I'm so grateful for that. It was so important for me. Thank you so much. So you can say, no, it's not a big deal. It's not a great pleasure for me. I love it to meet you, to see you. It's amazing. So it's amazing. But if you allow me to suggest some things, is possible? Yeah, of course. You know? Okay, you know, we are in a spiritual house. It's not the truth, but if we are here, if you feel comfortable in here, we have some approaches very interesting for you. For example, what do you think about maybe attend some meetings we have at least once in a week? It's a great meetings. It's almost like familiar meetings because people know each other. It's so good. We talk about how to grow spiritually. We talk about the gospel. Oh man, I don't like religion. No, don't worry about that. It's not about religion. It's about spirituality. Being spiritual is not about religion. If you like and you want to become a spiritist, it's perfect, no problem. But if you don't want to become a spiritist, it doesn't matter. It's very funny, guys, because the most part of the spirits are not the spiritists. Yeah, definitely. We used to think about that, yeah? No, spirits are spirits. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The spiritual cities above Muslim countries are Muslim spiritual cities. The Catholic spiritual cities above very big cities, and there is a lot of Catholics, are Catholic spiritual cities. I know it's not easy to conceive that, to understand.
New York City is the city of all the souls of all the world.
Yeah.
This is what New York City is known for.
Yeah.
All souls come to New York City in some time of their life, in the past or in the future. This is a very strong magnetic pull, this island that we're on, Manhattan. It's a very, from the indigenous times, from when they bought, the British bought this land, to now it has a very rich spirit. This is an island of party, a fantasy island. So all spirits, like yourself, like everybody here, we come to this island.
Yeah. So that's the point in different parts of the world. That's the point. So it's not about religion. Never was about religion. It's always about yourself and your great relationship with the meaning of life. You can choose the name you prefer, yeah? God, Spirit, you can choose. It's very interesting that. So enlightening spirits used to talk exactly about that. Love is the great name here. So love creates a wonderful connection among us. And that's the point we need to cultivate. Not to cultivate an idea about specific approach. But if we are here in a spiritual house, naturally our approach is through Spiritism. Because you are here. Let's suppose you are expecting I can give to you this specific advice. So you introduce, okay, you can attend in the meetings once in a week. You can, como é que fala receber passe em inglês? Receive passe, passe? Passes. Passes. Receive. Receive? Okay. So you can receive passes. Passes. Yeah? What is that? Okay, I will explain to you next week in a meeting. And have a cup of coffee after? No problem. We are friends now. You know, that's the energy. That's the bottom line here. It's about connection. It's not about, in practice, sell religion. You know, it's not about to impose your point of view. Never, absolutely never. It's about connection. It's about respect other human beings that are in need. Exactly as we expect someone respect us when we are in need. So after that, usually people are more open, yeah, and start following some specific path, and it's perfect. Maybe this person start his experience with spiritism, and maybe just fall in love with spiritism, and can say, "Wow, yes, I find myself here." And 5 years from now on, 10 years from now on, maybe can claim, "Wow, 10 years ago, I was completely lost in New York." Yeah? And in that moment, some angel appears to me and listen to me and blah, blah, blah. And that's I am here 10 years after. But maybe not. Maybe this person only will spend 2 weeks here, 1 month here. Maybe it's just about the 1 or 2 conversation. Maybe he will never come back in this meeting. Doesn't matter. You offer the best you have inside. It's correct, the best. You offer the best you have inside. You you made a great impact and positive impact in that soul. In that moment, you were a channel from the God, from the universe, whatever, to touch that man or that woman. And we usually do that in every moment in our lives, on the streets, but we didn't realize it. When you're at that supermarket, you know, buy some stuff, and suddenly you start on the queue and start a conversation, a free conversation, just chat. "Oh, hello, how are you?" "Bye. Everything's okay?" "Yeah." "No, come on, everything's okay, be more optimistic." "I don't know, things not so good." "Oh, I don't know you, but yesterday I was thinking about that and I decided to be grateful for everything." Have you heard about that? The importance of practicing gratitude in advance, for example. You can say, "Thank you, it's so good. It's a wonderful practice." Yeah, you must say, you know, it's a short conversation. You don't have great expectations about that. But maybe in exactly that moment, it was a channel. Yeah? I was a channel, you were a channel from a spiritual being in that moment that used you, and through your voice, that person got some wonderful advice. And you never will see again that person. But after this moment, maybe that person start thinking, "Well, yeah, this thing about gratitude is interesting. I read something once. Okay, maybe I can start. Yeah, I can begin to do something like that." And they jumping in this situation. Yes, jump in or jump into? Jump in this situation, jump in this practice. And wow, something wonderful happens from this moment on. You never know, but this wonderful energy you have in your spiritual account. Definitely. So, my dear friends, every moment in our lives, we can make a great difference in our life and other people. Every moment, we are being observed by other people in this incarnation and in our spiritual world. We used to say that we know who you really are by what you are doing when nobody is watching you. That's the point. Because if you have a camera, yes, over you, seeing you, okay, I'm honest. Oh, money, oh, wow, a package of dollars. Okay, come on, I give back to you. Of course, I have a camera, you know, have a cam. It's completely different. When you do the right thing because it's a pleasure to my soul to do the right thing, you know. It's a matter of congruence. Be congruent is a great force we can cultivate inside. You can be congruent between what you are thinking, you are telling, you are feeling, which you are doing. Yes? It's perfect. Cultivate this congruence is a great challenge for all of us. Great challenge. Mahatma Gandhi used to tell about that, the power of congruence. You can measure the power of someone exactly by the power of congruence this person has in their life, and his life, So it's amazing when you start thinking about that, because the spirits all the time are seeing what we are doing. I love to think about it, because I believe or not, doesn't matter. It's like a light, it's like electricity, yeah? I can put my finger on the hole, yeah, I will get shock. Get shock. I don't know, I don't believe in electricity. Oh, you don't need to believe in electricity, you get shocked the same. It's like Isaac Newton. I had a great opportunity to be in the exact place in London where Isaac Newton introduced the law of gravitation. Gravity, law of gravity. Okay, thank you. Law of gravity. It was amazing. And I was thinking about it, my gosh. It's a perfect moment, eh? In the 1700s? In the 1700s. Thank you. So in the 1700s. And in that moment, he was introduced this wonderful concept to a big audience, older men, very important in that moment about science in England, and the most important bureau in the world about physics, about science. And naturally, he was young, just a young boy, a genius, but a young boy. So naturally, the ego of then wasn't happy with this discovery, this finding. So in exactly moment, Newton told them, okay, you don't agree, but, and just open and a pena. Yeah, feather, thank you. So a feather falls down, falls down on the floor, and they said, okay, you don't agree, but we have a strong force in the middle of the planet that will attract this feather on the soul. So that's about it. You don't need to believe or not in the love. We have love. It's just simple like that. We don't believe if the people if they will believe or not in our approach. If you do what need to do, what need to be done, if you do your part, exactly, wonderful things we will start from this moment on. This is all about we trust in our way, in doing the right way, in the right moment, you know. So, my dear friends, all of us are looking for meaning in our lives. That's the point. If you are here, if I'm here, you are there, I'm here, it's because we want the same thing. Yeah? We are the same thing. We are looking for meaning, happiness, joy, something good for us or family, whatever. So growing spiritually is about that. Being spiritual is not being religious, but being spiritual is to be open for the wonderful things life can brings. Yes, has to offer. Yes, perfect. Has to offer and bring us when we are really open for this. But for some reason and some specific moment, we are not so open. And in this time, I need you. In this time, I need someone that really cares, that helped me to be in touch again with my higher self. So, we never waste the opportunity to give this kind of blessing to others. Definitely, these terrible numbers about suicide will never be the same if the whole mankind it was really interesting and pay attention in each other, right?
Yes, we become very selfish.
Yes, so that's the point. It's not a problem. We are looking for being, eu sempre confundo isso, ser bem sucedido, being successful, being succeed. Successful, yeah, thank you. So being successful in something, no, it's not about that. It's about what success is for you. Yeah, it's not about, no, it's not problem. Attachment is not about you owning things. It's about things never own you. You know, it makes sense for you?
Yeah.
So that's the point. So it's okay, you live in New York City. Okay, congrats. Yes, good, of course, why not? It's good. For all, it's a dream for a good part of people in different parts of the world living here.
Yeah.
Or visiting to here. Why not? Spend time here in Times Square. Times Square. Oh, come on. Yes, hello. I'm here in Times Square. But that's the point. When you are here in Times Square, it's so simple for you, for me, and when we are there in a slum, doing something good, we have the same feeling.
Yeah.
This is freedom. This is attachment. Detachment, sorry. This is detachment. Because if only feel spiritual when we are with poor people, you have a problem. This is ego. A great ego, by the way. Because the great masters, even Jesus, was had a great time with poor people and rich people, and he was the same. When we are really in contact with our higher self, we understand our purpose of our lives. When you are living from this purpose, when you respect this purpose, when you do our best, when you make the great effort to live in congruent way with our core values, when we spread good energy around, when we start living from this high level of consciousness, believe me, everything around us will change. Everything will change. And when everything changes, people change. Things change with our change. It's not about being philosophical. This is about life. This is real life. We all the time, sometimes we're thinking about, okay, my fathers need to change. My mother needs to change in order to I get happy. I'm happy. If I'm happy, definitely something will change or need to change. It's not about that. It's about us. All the time is about us. Growing spiritually is every time about ourselves, about our choice, about the way we are expecting to see the life, to interact with life. So, in this wonderful night, in this perfect day, in this perfect moment, I would like to invite you again to live in the present moment mindfully. Bring our mind, our conscious to this moment. Being grateful for life. Being grateful even for the terrible situations that sometimes come across, but can teach us something very good for us. I invite you to find meaning in some circumstance that is easier we just find complaints. You can find God, the presence of meaning. You can find everything is important for you. In the pain, in the joy, in the health, and and the sickness. When you have money or you don't have money. This is about freedom. Because when we are in touch with this high level of consciousness, every day is a gift. Believe me, every day is a gift. But unfortunately, when we are not in touch with that, maybe you are a very strong man or woman in your society. Maybe you have a lot of money. Maybe you have a lot of power to influence other people. But if your heart is open, it's empty, your mind is not full of good thoughts, you are a poor man, you are a poor woman. Unfortunately, you are miserable. And that's so sad. I don't know if you know about that, but the greatest hate rate, taxa? Rate. So the greatest rate, a maior taxa seria o quê? Greatest or higher rate? Highest, thank you. So the highest rate in the world about suicide is here in US. Come on, the richest country in the world. Something is wrong, okay? So it's not about money. Let me talk about this again. It's not about position in society. It's about meaning. The highest rate is not in Haiti or in Africa. It's here. Unfortunately, in Brazil, our rate is not so big as we have here in US, but it's big as well. Almost 10,000 people in a year commit suicide. I don't know if you are familiar with the numbers, but for each person that commits suicide, we have at least 20 that are trying. Yeah, it didn't get it. Yes. So it's around 1 million in a year. And the projection is about 2 million in 2020. So we can make a great difference in these numbers. Me? Yes, you. But me, I'm only areia do mar fugiu, sand. A grain. I'm so a small grain, of sand. Yes, it's all about you. You are great of sand, but maybe you are a father. Maybe you're a mother. Maybe you are a teacher, a coach, a doctor. Maybe you're a lawyer. Maybe you are a son. Maybe. Doesn't matter, maybe.
Maybe.
Doesn't matter the role you are playing in the world nowadays. That's the point. When we start living mindfully, we create impact around you. Because your words have so much power to touch people, you know, that we can't understand how it works, but it works. Our example, our energy, touch people firstly, then our words, you know? Yes, this vibration is real. Believe it or not, it's real. What is sad is when someone crossed that door, came here, sit, just watch lectures, movies, pray to God, and came back to your home as the same way. You know, because it's wasting a great opportunity to become better and better every single day, every single moment. And when we're getting better, spiritually speaking, we can offer more to the mankind. So when someone in need, have a seat and start talking to us. When we are in touch with our higher self, we have a great power to transform others, because we transform firstly ourselves. And we start doing that, listen carefully. without judging, full of compassion, full of acceptance, full of love. It's a matter of practice and practice and practice. It's not from today to tomorrow. No. We need to be committed in doing that. Yeah? We need to be committed and create a wonderful path that we believe that's worth it go through. And start doing that. So, if we're able to do that, definitely our life gonna be amazing. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. It's not about how much time I still have on this planet. No, maybe you have 1-2 years more. Doesn't matter. If you have only 2 years more, but you have the perfect 2 years, okay, when you come back to the spiritual world, you will be so happy. You're going to be so happy that you start thinking, wow, that was the wonderful 2 years. It's perfect 2 years. And that's the point. Maybe you have more 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Please honor this time here. That's the point. Okay, but I have 2 days more. Oh, come on. 2 hours. Oh my gosh. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, that's the point. If you live every day as the eunuch, one day you'll be all right. Yeah, one day you'll be all right. And if you do that mindfully, you will find yourself with a great life, because you're able to enjoy each day in your life. Growing spiritually is about that. When we read a wonderful books from André Luiz, from Emmanuel, from enlightened spirits, they're talking about this issue in different stories they are sharing with us. It's just to inspire in us, to open our mind and hearts for that. When we start reading about wonderful teachings from West, it's the same. It's the same. So the language can change, but the great meaning is the same. The higher level of teachings are the same. So what I really wish for you is you have a great life. Is you have a great moment, a great day, a great week, a great year, a great life, a great incarnation. Being aware about who you really are, about you really able to do, the great difference, the great impact you can make in this mankind, in this place, in this city, or another place you're going to be tomorrow, next year, doesn't matter. This is all about using our free will wisely, This is the point. If you're able to do that, believe me, you have a wonderful energy around you, inspiring you, protecting you, guiding you, because it's all about we learn from our higher spirituality. So, may God bless you again. This is Spiritual House, this point of light in the middle of Manhattan. Oh, so funny. So fancy, so fancy. And the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your loving, for your caring, for your patience, for your attention.